Welcome to She's Crafted to Thrive. I'm your host, Nikita Williams, and this show is for all the ladies who are making and creating things that they love. You will hear conversations about the real everyday struggles of juggling life and business while trying to maintain passion and harmony. As women, we have the skill of getting things done, but sometimes we get in our own way. It's here where you'll see that you're not alone. You'll discover that success does not mean perfection. Fear and negative thoughts and challenges are all a part of the journey. And on this podcast, you'll find the inspiration and tools you need to have a life and business that thrives. Hi, you guys. Welcome to She's Crafted to Thrive. This episode is a little bit different. It feels extremely heavy. It's heavier than any of the podcasts I think I've ever recorded, even the one where I tell you like my endometriosis story. I feel like that's like gummy bears and sunshine compared to what is going on in the world today. 2020 has really smacked us all in the face. Like it really has. And we're just getting into the month of June. We're not even technically through 6 months of it. The issues that we are seeing, the things that we're dealing with are happening quicker than we can say coronavirus, like literally. I believe all these things have always been here. I am a woman of color, so obviously I have felt the consequences of people seeing me just for that. But this episode is just so much heavier than all the other things because I feel like the whole world has awakened. Like they've woken up and they see that things are what they are. And I just want to say thank you to the women that have been reaching out to me, just checking in, seeing how I'm doing. I've tried to record this episode 20 something times. I've started it and stopped. There's so many things to say and so many things that I believe should be left unsaid. There's just so much. And I don't think there's any perfect way. And if you're listening to this podcast episode and you're like, Nikita, you should be more articulate. I'm sorry. That's just not the personality. If you follow me, I'm very passionate and raw. And I don't usually write out what I'm going to say. But after trying to do this multiple times, I did. I had pre-recorded, I had in mind what I was going to talk to you guys about, which I will get to in a second. I'm going to share with you six ways to get from where you are now to where you want to be. But obviously, I want to acknowledge the pain and the injustice that people are feeling. And as a woman of color, obviously, I have felt that myself. My family has felt that. My husband has felt that. That's just plain to be said. I was raised to understand two worlds, being practical and being Christ-like. So what that means really for me is that obviously I had to live in this, I live in this world where what people see is my color. But I also believe truly and honestly that the only way that we get past any of this truly and honestly, this deep-rooted pain doesn't come only from man. It doesn't come from man solving it. It comes, my faith and my faith in having this resolved and like wiped away does not lie in man's hands. So you're not going to hear me talk in detail or even discuss political or social reform here. I'm just not going that way. I'm just not going there. And I promise that I'm not going to preach to you through this episode or anything. What I believe has truly shaped my life and my business. And every time I tried to do this episode, to start this episode, one scripture came to mind, and I'm not going to read it, but it's basically in part that look out not only for your own interests, but also for the interest of others. That scripture is at Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 5. So with that being said, and in a nutshell, I've done this my whole life. I've looked out for the interest of others. It's truly a place that I come from, even though I may not have been treated the same. And it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. But that's part of the power of this beautiful podcast, I believe, that I have, that you guys are a part of. This is a diverse group of women that come on She's Crafted to Thrive to share their life and their trials and their circumstances. They're all shapes, sizes, and colors. And I'm very proud of that because that's the world we see. We're all different. We're all unique. As a business coach, I focus on helping women get clear on their mindset, on their story, and their plan of action so that they can get to clarity and get to where they want to go. And as a woman of color, as a woman, as a Christian, I believe it's my honor and duty to do what that scripture says, to look out not only for my interests, but those of others. And so, I hope that you hear me. If you want to know why, I'm not going to go down the lane of like sharing of all the hurt or all the things that have happened to me and what you should do and what you shouldn't do and dealing with the situation. Please reach out to me personally. You know, I'm on Instagram at Crafted to Thrive. You also know you can reach me at my website at She's Crafted. You can email me at info@craftedtothrive. I am here. I am more than open to doing this on a one-on-one basis if you want to dig deep with me on the reasons that I just stated and how I feel and the things that I just stated. But that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to go any further than that. So I'm just going to jump right into the topic that I wanted to share with you guys today. And if it sounds like I'm reading from a script, I'm not really reading from a script. I'm reading from a blog post that I plan on posting, but I'm also kind of ad-libbing along the way. And it's only because this week has been so difficult on an emotional, mental, and spiritual level that I felt the need that I needed to do it this way. So this is going to be a very different episode than what you guys have normally heard or have heard me, how you've heard me, but I hope you find the value in it. So this is 6 ways to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So I recently heard a quote by a speaker and an author, and I can't remember the person's name, that says, the fastest way to get to where you want to be is to be happy with where you are. Believe it or not, this mindset works. It may take some changes and heart and mind searching on our part, but in the end, it will be more than worth it to adopt this positive mentality. While we strive to make our dreams come true, concentrating also on ourselves and on our journey is where the growth begins. And you guys have heard me say this before, like, you know, sometimes we get so focused on the goal poster and the vision board and the plan and the business plan. And we're just looking at those check marks, but we don't actually take time to be in the present and look at the tools that we have or the things that we're learning right now, today, in this moment, in order to grow, to even get to that beautiful vision board or that beautiful goal that we have. So when we spend less time wishing things were different and more time accepting what we've got, which is basically contentment, we've already found a sense of peace and happiness just in having that contentment. So here are some tips that I feel like can help us become who we want to be right now. So these are 6 tips, 6 of them. The first one is feeling gratitude. The second one is being optimistic. The third one is be it and become it. And the fourth one is adopt a prosperous mindset. Number 5 is find the silver lining. And number 6 is to take small steps. So we're going to dig a little bit deeper into each one of these. So number 1, feel gratitude. When we concentrate on the big picture, it's easier to exhibit feelings of gratitude. When you're grateful, you remain positive and appreciative of every joyful moment in our life. And that can be really difficult right now because it could seem like things that we're looking at are so bleak and so far away that it doesn't feel like there's anything to be grateful for. But there are so many things on a bigger scale that we can look at, that we can be grateful for. Sometimes people get too caught up in the sense of entitlement, which leads to negative feelings. They're sometimes concentrating on the things that aren't going right in their life, that they don't have the time to look at the things that they're grateful for, that they actually have, or the things that they've already accomplished as a place to come from gratitude. So feel gratitude. Number 2, be optimistic. Some say that life is all about being optimistic. And it's true. An optimistic attitude is one of the few things that we need to succeed. So if you're trying to achieve a concrete goal, optimism will help you accomplish it. If you're trying to change your mindset, optimism will make the task even easier. Optimism can be the driving force that keeps you going. If you believe or you have a positive outlook on where you want to go, what you want to do, the goals you want to make, it makes that goal even more attainable. So remember to be optimistic. Number 3, so we've all heard fake it till you make it. Well, I don't know who said it or where I've heard it, but this is even a better way of thinking it. Be it and become it. So if we exhibit the traits we desire, it's something that we've heard people like Gandhi who've said you should be the change you want to see in the world. As as cliche as that might be, it has really good wise thoughts around that. It's very true. You can replace wanting with a bold action. Action, you guys, is the beautiful key to getting to where you want to go. So with persistence and perseverance, you can make anything happen. And we're going to talk about how to do that and in our 6th step. Number 4 is adopt a prosperous mindset. You guys know I am always talking about how important it is to have a good mindset in all areas of our lives. So take a moment to determine what prosperity really means to you. And this is on a financial, on a life plane, on a business place. Like, what does prosperity really mean to you in your money situation, your money story, in your business, or in the relationships that you have? Once you know what you want, then adopt the right mindset. Once you do, you've then set yourself in the right direction towards your goals. So in order to get to your goals, you guys, how you think about it, how you believe, truly affects the end destination. So work on adapting a positive, prosperous mindset. Number 5, find the silver lining. This is so critical. You guys have heard me talk about this multiple times, just dealing with my own chronic illness. Finding something good can shift your mind, can shift your circumstances, can shift how you think and how you feel about a situation in a beautiful way to growth. As you go through life, you will no doubt realize that things are not always going to go the way you thought they were going to go or how you want to go. Hello, 2020. Isn't anybody else feeling that way? There's another Bible verse that comes to mind, which is at Ecclesiastes 9, verse 11. And it basically quotes, because time and unexpected events overtake them all. So it's going to happen. We're all going to have things where we're like, what the heck? Where did this come from? Why is this happening? So I've been learning and thinking, it's like, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me? It's a great change in the conversation. So even when the times are rough, keeping your chin up, looking for the silver lining will help you focus on positivity. So instead of allowing yourself to focus on the negativity, because negativity is so easy, it can consume your life, look for the positive silver lining. This fresh attitude can be the difference between being held hostage and achieving your goals. And number 6, take small steps. So this one is really key in actually implementing all of these steps. When the place you're going seems so far away and so maybe unachievable or overwhelming, it's important to break it down into small steps. Give yourself an achievable goal with realistic timeframes. break one thing down to small goals, like break things down in small goals. So how can you do this? Well, I say this beautiful thing that I learned through a coach, a mentor, which is to start something, stop something, and modify something. And then do those some things for 41 days. So you want to start one thing that you've been meaning to start. If it's one of these pieces of things that we talked about in this list, try that. Maybe it's a habit that you're trying to stop. So stop something that you've been meaning to stop, and then modify something that's really difficult. So maybe you have a bad habit of picking up your phone when you wake up in the morning. I use that because I have that habit. Modify it. So it's like, well, if I pick up my phone, I'm going to pick it up for only 2 minutes. I'm going to put it back down. So stick to doing the start, stop, modify. And then when you stick to doing that for 41 days, and you will have created a new habit and a new way of where you want to be. When you avoid getting overwhelmed, you'll gain the confidence to continue to get to your goal. Here is something I want you to hear me now. You are already there. It's a good idea to practice one of these tips at a time until you've incorporated them into your life. Try spending a week finding your groove in one strategy, and then the next week, add another one, and then add another one the following week. Soon enough, you'll be doing all of these things so naturally it just will come to you. Once you choose a powerful and positive mindset, you'll find that you've already achieved much of what you want. And just remember, you already have the traits, the mindset, and the lifestyle you desire, and you know that success is inevitable. But only when you have the will to break through the obstacles in your mind can you truly achieve that inevitability. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you didn't feel like you were constantly hearing me read from a manuscript. But I hope this connects with you. If you have questions or anything like that, please leave them at the She's Crafted to Thrive here and wherever you're listening to on iTunes, Spotify, wherever that might be. You can go to shescrafted.com, leave a comment, and also know that I am taking on new clients. I am a creative coach or business coach for women that are creative entrepreneurs. I love helping women who feel stuck, overwhelmed, and stressed out get clear on what they want, who they want to serve, and how to get it all. And yeah, I love what I do. And you guys know this. And please share this with your friends and family. And I'm going to end this show with what I've always ended it with every single episode. And even more so, I feel like today it's such a more powerful thing to say, is that no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what's going on, we all have the tools that we need. We just need to access them. We just need to search for them. We just need to go and put them to work, or find the ways to put them to work. But ultimately, we're all crafted to thrive. We all have the capability of being where we want to be. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that you are safe, and I hope that you are loved. I truly do. And again, remember, you are crafted to thrive.